You are now listening to the Pelicans post-game report. Flash report.
For all things Pelicans, now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Big ups to the fam. Appreciate y'all for being in the live. I'm Big Q. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and by all means, feel free to share. PPR update on your social media. Wherever you go, socialize, take PPR with you. If not a subscriber, please feel free to hit the sub button, man, and join the PPR. The strongest community in the game, more faithful. The family members has just been down with the team for so long, man. And we gonna make it through this thing, right? But anyway, I got a preview for you guys. And I know we've been hearing a lot of stuff about what's been happening with Willie Green and the fact that the rumors are swirling around with him being fired. Now, this is the rumor. Fired after he gets off the 2-game road trip, which is the Clippers tonight, and I think on Sunday against the OKC Thunder, who are currently undefeated. So this is going to be interesting, the whole situation going forward. But, man, listen, these are I'm going to give you 10 keys to victory. Despite Willie Green just keeping it all basketball in effect, of what we need to do to win the ball game against the LA Clippers. So anyway, let's get right to it, man, and get on there. As you see, the Clippers currently 2-2. Pelicans are 0-4 and stinking up the joint at the bottom of the Southwest. But this is some of the information we got just to kind of give with you guys how we're ranked and what it looks like. Right now, you can see these what the Pelicans are averaging 110 points a game versus 113 by the Clippers. Pelicans, that's 25th rank in the NBA, excuse me. And the NBA rank for the Clippers are 20th. The Pelicans give up over 119 points a game, which is 26. The Clippers 108.2, fourth in the NBA. So they are a very good defensive team. Offensively, they do have some firepower weapons. We'll get the depth chart momentarily. You can see the field goal percentage. The Pelicans shooting over 45%, which is 24th ranked, versus the Clippers top 6, 48.2 or 48% from the field. And just more of the same. You can see the Pelicans right here. 3-pointers. They're averaging 12 3-pointers a game. That's 27 versus the Clippers. So they're just slightly behind. The attempts is up. 25th in the NBA with over 34.6 attempts. The Clippers are nearby that. In terms of that, you can see the percentage of threes in which they hit at is 7th in the NBA. They hit 37% of the 3-pointers. The Pelicans hitting 34, almost 35%, which is in 24th. You can see the free throw attempts as well. The Pelicans middle of the pack in the NBA in terms of getting to the free throw line, but look where they are in terms of free throw percentage. They're 75% right now, which is not going to cut it. 27th in the NBA versus the Clippers, who are a top 7 team, almost 80% shooting from the free throw line. So this has been a standard thing under Willie Green at the Pelicans. Most of the fundamental building blocks that you need to have, like being a good offensive rebound team, getting back, communicating on defense, challenging the ball, not allowing them to walk the ball up the court and make plays, the turnovers, unforced errors, stuff like that. The Pelicans have been repeat offenders of these egregious 9 fundamental principles. And then when we talk about free throw percentage, that's another thing. As the Pelicans shooting almost 76%. If we were shooting, and this if would be a fifth, right? If we were shooting almost like the Clippers, who were shooting almost 80% from the foul line, the Pelicans would have won the game against the Grizzlies. They would have won the game against the Spurs, which went into overtime because Zion had an opportunity to hit a free throw in clutch time. They would have eliminated the chance to go into overtime. We'd won it in regulation. So you'd had a couple of wins there. So free throws matter. You know, like we talk, like Lex says, coaching matter, hell, free throws matter. So we have been egregious in that temp. And like I've said so many times, if Zion, who complains about getting fouled, gets the fouls, he needs to convert on the free throws at the charity stripe. All that indicates is that should be the easiest shot for a player to have. So he has to get better there regardless of who the coach is, right? So anyway, let's keep it moving, man, as we keep it going into this episode right here. Y'all hit the like button, hit the sub button. You see the rebounds, Pelicans just over 43 a game. That's 20th in the NBA versus the Clippers, almost 44 per game. The assists, the Pelicans are 19th with 26. The Clippers are a bit worse worse than them on that statistic. You can see the turnovers. Pelicans turn the ball over 14 per game, which is 19th. The Clippers do turn the ball over more than the Pelicans and are 22nd. But you look at the steals. They're an elite level team when it comes to steals. They get 9 steals a game. The Pelicans are 8th in that statistic, 8.5 per game. You can see the blocks per game. The Pelicans have 5.2, which is 10th in the NBA, versus what the Clippers got, which is 20. So there are some stats the Pelicans are top 10 in. Not very much. The steals and the blocks are positive, but not much else, right? And you can see some of the stats where the Clippers are pretty decent in as well. So this is just some of the stuff to kind of go over with you guys about the team that we're getting ready to face here. And then, of course, we'll look at the depth chart right here, because this is what we'll be dealing with coming into the season, to this matchup. James Harden, Bradley Beal was cleared for this game, unfortunately for the Pelicans. So they'll have Bradley Beal, who was dealing with an injury. He is cleared to play against the Pelicans. Kawhi Leonard is there. Derek Jones Jr. sits there, and Zubac is there. Chris Paul, Bogdanovich off the bench with John Collins, Brook Lopez, Batum. So they have an interesting veteran-led team, very well coached with Tyronn Lue, and the Pelicans will have some issues there if they can't. And like we said, historically speaking, we usually do a decent job against the Clippers, right? We usually try to do against a decent job against the Clippers. But man, listen, since that period, the last 3 games, the Pelicans are 1-2 versus the Clippers. And the only win came on the 3rd of April of last year in New Orleans. They were able to beat them 127-120 in a high score game. And they, of course, later on the next month, they had a blowout to the Clippers, but they won 1-2 over last year. So this is a situation where this is going to be an interesting dynamic, because a lot of pressure is on Willie Green to step up and show what he can do in this game. So we'll look at some of the stuff dealing with the Pelicans lineup. As you can see, we'll move to that and go to the Pelicans lineup that is supposed to potentially be tonight. And that lineup is this particular lineup, which is Jeremiah Fears, according to what we getting. We'll start tonight with Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Zion Williamson, and instead of DeAndre Jordan being the guy they're going to institute and put in Yves Missi back into the starting lineup. Jordan Poole will still come off the bench in the attempt to have coming off the bench, but having starter minutes to try to jolt the bench to kind of take the pressure off the starters in terms of scoring. I can see the philosophy in it, but we'll see. Jordan Poole, Jordan Hawkins, Sadiq Bey, Derek Queen, and DeAndre Jordan is the 5 guys. So they got a 5 off the rotation they're trying to set right there. Will it work? Pelicans have all of their firepower. Now, we know Kevin Looney is not coming back until early next month. Perhaps, I think November the 8th, they have him listed on. We'll see where he ends up coming back. But Kevon Looney is him and DeJounte. We won't see DeJounte to 2026. But this Pelican team, this starting lineup lacks shooting. Jeremiah Fears is not a 3-point shooter. Trey Murphy's the lone 3-point shooter. Herb Jones has really been suffering shooting threes. But you got one lone 3-point shooter on the floor, and you got Jordan Poole and Jordan Hawkins. The Jordan boys and this Jordan's a prevalent name with the Pelicans. Jordan Poole, Jordan Hawkins, and DeAndre Jordan. Good Lord. We just need Michael Jordan during the fray. But anyway, listen, man, all I'm saying is a lot of the shooting is coming off the bench. So, Herb is not doing a good job at all, and Trey's in the slump. So we have a few things to kind of look at. But anyway, let's kind of move into this. Let's get into my keys of victory for this upcoming game between these two ball clubs to see exactly how this is all going to shape out for our Pelicans. The keys to victory for these two teams for the Pelicans is going to be, and like I said, I'm going to give y'all guys the keys to the matchup. But listen, man, I understand that a lot of people are going to say in the comment section, yeah, Q, all this is good and well, but hey, we got Willie Green as the coach, and you're right. I'm not going to kick against what you're saying. You're 100% right. Well, as Willie Green there, because Willie Green is not a good coach at all. But anyway, this is going to be an NBA Cup game, fam. Just to let y'all know, this is the first NBA Cup game they'll have with the Pelicans coming into this thing. So They're going to be tough in their building because they're 2-2, but they win in their building. They're tough over there in the Intuit Dome. So let's get into it, to be honest with you. And here's my 10 keys of victory for the Pelicans facing the Clippers today and what they need to do to come out with a win. They must limit turnovers and transition buckets. That's first off the bat. The Pelicans have struggled. They've struggled protecting the ball. The Clippers are good at turning mistakes into points. Pelicans have to be wary of that. They have to protect and respect the ball. Let's just say right there, respect the ball. Careless turnovers, careless turnovers, just not giving a damn, throwing the ball any place, make sure there's a person there, Trey Murphy, before you throw the ball to the coach and then even your coach out of bounds. That guy had Trey so flustered, he threw the ball to their coach, and he's like, how you think he was a player, Trey? Come on, the man had him so flustered. But we got to kind of know what we doing here, right? And I'm talking to the players. Y'all got to know what y'all doing because I don't know if the coach is telling them that. And even it is, they probably done tuned them out. Number 2, they got to crank up the defensive intensity early, right? Pelicans is giving up 120 plus points in multiple games. Matter of fact, back-to-back games, starting strong on defense, right, will set the tone and avoid playing from behind, right? That's a key thing that we have to remember. Number 3, get the pace on your terms. We have to have the pace of the game. And this dude, Willie Green, always talking about force and pace and all this kind of stuff. But the Clippers, they like to dictate the half-court game, right, and have you play at their place. The Pelicans, they have to force a Willie Green word, right? Force used to be so cool before he started using it. Force more, just a live ball transitions and pick and roll opportunities to shift the tempo. You can't allow them to just get lazy with the ball and shift it to this half court system because the Clippers have a lot of veteran players and they're comfortable playing at that half court pace. Number 4, exploit the interior mismatches and finish strong at the rim with Zion and the physical front court that the Pelicans do have. They got to attack the paint and get to the free throw line, right? And if they break down the Clippers drop coverage, they got to then unlock the higher percentage shots. The Pelicans have to be able to make sure that when they handle their business and do this, they have to get to the line and they have to hit a higher percentage from the foul line. This is a key thing. If anything, if you're not good at anything, you should be, as a team, a better free throw shooting team. You got to practice that, and that has to be in the makeup of the team, because like I said, there were games that we lost because we didn't shoot a high enough clip from the foul line. They had one where the Pelicans did extremely well, an 85%er early on. We had other issues, but in some of these games, when it's close at certain points, free throws will help you win these close games. So leaving points on the court is never a good thing. Number 5, crash the offensive glass. The Clippers have some rebounding vulnerabilities that we could take advantage of, to be honest with you. Extra second chance possessions can hurt you or help you depending on which side you are, like these extra chance points, cleaning up the glass, stick back, put back off a missed shot or a layup or a shot, cleaning up the offensive glass and getting these stick back attempts help the Pelicans kind of do their thing, right? So that's something we have to pay attention to. Number 6, spread the scoring and avoid over-reliance on one player, right? Pelicans offense has been too dependent on these ISO plays, and balanced scoring is needed in terms of how you're going to move this thing along. And it also makes you harder to defend. Now, the Pelicans have some situations where they get into the pick and roll that can benefit them. But like I've said before, the Pelicans don't have a reliable offensive system that they can play behind or even enough consistency to implement whatever he's trying to do. Very confusing. And when good defensive plays, teams take that away from you, they don't have anything to pivot to, right? Like it'll happen. A good defensive team will probably play you and will have to adjust to your secondary offensive philosophy. What is that for the Pelicans, really? All right, so the 7th key, bullet point is take advantage of perimeter shooting, right? Pelicans can hit deep early. They're forced to Clippers to expand drops and commit more on the help side, and that opening the driving lanes for the Pelicans to punish them inside. So this is something that we have to focus on doing. Number 8, we also got to force the Clippers into uncomfortable lineups, right? The Clippers thrive when their veterans are in rhythm. So if we can push and increase tempo, they may force the Clippers, out of their preferred sets. So if we can be able to do that, we can kind of alter how the Clippers run their thing, how they want to run and play comfortably in a building. That's something we have to pay attention to and we have to execute. Number 9, this is very powerful. Stay disciplined. To stay disciplined defensively on the wings. We got to do that. Clippers wings, veteran scorers, switch heavy defenders. These Pelicans must move without the ball, anticipate rotations so they don't fall into this static offensive bullcrap that we see on the court. They got to do that. So they have to stay locked in on the wing defensively. This is something they have to do. And of course, the final bullet point for me is win the fourth quarter and manage the momentum shifts. Now, finishing strong in the fourth quarter is one thing, but the third quarter has been an indictment. And that is a pattern and a rhythm over the last 2 games because the Pelicans are not adjusting well out of halftime. When you come out of halftime, your ops are looking at what went wrong and they have made and instituted adjustments. And you have to adjust to what they're doing, right? And we have not done that well. So we've lost these games, especially the last 2, in the third quarter. And then you have to climb out the entire fourth quarter, play from behind it. And they're not simply cut that way, especially when Trey Murphy in a slump. He had one game where he had 20-something points. The last 3 games, Trey Murphy has been absent. He's in an absolute slump. And he has to come out of that slump. Zion has to be able to still do his thing. There's nothing about Zion's injury that limited him a couple of games ago, a last game, and he was missing the Boston game. He seems to be there. Zion needs to hit his 30-minute mark and unrestricted. Just let Zion play. As long as Trey Murphy and all these other guys is out there, he should be out there too. And remember, and that's extra key, play behind Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson supposedly is your best player, right? And we know he is. So usually you're supposed to play through him if he's your best player. He's a mismatch nightmare. He's a nightmare there for most of the NBA. You have to be able to put the ball in his hands. And he do turn the ball over, but you got to live and die by your supposed star. The Pelicans do not play through Zion Williamson, and we've seen it very evident when you watch the Nuggets game, how they play behind the Joker. The Joker touches the ball, he distributes the ball, but he's involved in the game. There are times when you see guys like Jose Alvarado, Herb Jones handling the ball, and Zion never touches it. That has to change. Zion, if he's the central point of your offense and the team is constructed and built around his gravity, how is he supposed to utilize his gravity if he doesn't have the ball? That's something that has to change. Maybe not change with Willie Green, but it'll change eventually because the team will change from Willie Green because Willie Green will keep losing. But anyway, these are the 10 keys of victory from my estimation that I wrote down that I wanted to share with you guys. But understand and know this, fam. Willie Green is on the hot seat. We knew this coming into this thing, that Willie Green should have been fired last year. Gail Benson is the one that's holding this whole thing up. So anyway, that's going to be the end of the preview. Y'all put it in the comment section below. And listen, I'm talking to y'all. We'll see how the team performs with Willie Green on the seat. They know he's on the seat. A lot of people are upset about a lot of things that's going wrong in there. Jordan Poole is upset noticeably. You see these other guys upset because a lot of these guys come for winning programs and they know shit from sugar. So pardon my French. But anyway, listen, y'all do me a service. If you enjoyed the preview, hit the like button. If you're not a sub, please hit the sub button. We have some of our information is showing that a lot of the people who watch the Pelican postgame report consistently are not subbed up. Join the family. Hit the sub button. We appreciate your viewership, but please do us a service by subbing up. Hit that PPR sub button, man, and be fully committed to what we got going on. It's going to be a long season. We just got going, man, so y'all going to want to keep up. But anyway, with that being said, man, hit the comment section below. Let me know how y'all feel about the breakdown. I already understand that AQ, Willie Green ain't going to this type of stuff. Yeah, but I'm talking to y'all asses, okay? Just because they're inconsistent does not give us the right to be inconsistent. We still must do what we do, you get? So anyway, I'm out of here, man. Shout out to DC and Lex and the entire flocking community. Much love to y'all. I'll see y'all tonight on PPR Final. Much love. Peace. I'm out.
Subscribe now and stay up to date for all things New Orleans Pelicans.